Alright guys, in my last tutorial I showed you guys how to create the navigation bar using just the Flexbox. Now in this video I am going to show you how to add the drop down menu to this navigation. Now if you're new, please consider subscribing, and I'll move to the HTML code. Now basically what you do here is the item where you want to put the drop down menu. Before the closing tag, you open up another tag and you put your unordered list here. So I'll quickly put my unordered list, and I'm going to put my items now. I'm still going to put my anchor tag and going to put my button. Alright, I am going to move this back a bit and I'm going to copy everything, and alright, I'm going to put my items, and going to use web divs, and here is going to be HTML Hacks, and this is going to be CSS Hacks. Now I'm going to save, and this is going to be my container, so I'll give it a class, and it's going to be Dropdown. And when I save and reload in my browser, you would see I have this. Now next up I am going to style up my container, so I'm going to put this in a vertical form. So first I'll go to my CSS file and I'll put a display, and my display is going to be flex, and I'm going to change the direction, so I'll put a flex direction and I'll set it to column, and I also want to align them to the center, so I'll put align items and I'll put center. Now when I save this and go back to my browser, you would see that my items have been arranged properly. Now you can see pushed everything upward, so I'm going to push it down using absolute positioning. So I'm going to put my position and set it to absolute, and next up I'm going to give the top, so from top you should push it down 60 pixels, and when I save and go back to my browser, you will notice this has happened. Now I want to style up my items here, so I'll go to my CSS file, and my items, I'm going to give it a background color, so I'll put a background color, so I'll be mixing here, so I'll use the RGBA, and it's going to be 1360169 and 1. Now I'm going to give it a transition, and my transition is going to be all 0.3 secs, and ease would be 0 seconds. Now next up I'm going to put my border radius, and my border radius would be 10 pixels, and I'm going to give it a cursor, and I'll set my cursor to pointer, and let me give it a padding. My padding is going to be 10 pixels. Alright, let me save and check what I have. Alright, this is what I have now. Now the space here is much. I'm going to reduce that by giving it a margin, so I'll put a margin, and I'll set it to 5 pixels. So I'm going to save and check what I have. Okay, now this is looking pretty. Now the background, when I hover, I want to change the background color, so I'm going to copy this and put a hover, Ctrl V. So here I'm going to put a hover, and I want the color to be what color now? I want it to be black. Black is harsh 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I'm going to give it a background color. Now it's going to be the same with this, just that I'm going to make it lighter. So I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. To make it lighter, I am going to reduce this to 0.5 RGBA. So when I save and go back to my browser and reload, you would notice that the background has changed. It's a bit lighter and the color is black. Alright, next up I am going to hide it. So I'll go back to this place and I'll set this display to none. Now when I do this and go back to my browser, you would see that it's no longer there. You can see. Alright, next up I am going to put a hover, so that when you hover, it's going to come out. Now it's going to be drop down my selector, which is the drop down, and I'm going to put my hover, and I'm going to put my ordered list and put my curly braces. So what I'm basically saying here is I'm targeting this on ordered list, but only when you hover around this drop down. So I'm going to give it a display, because so my display is going to be flex, and I'll also give it a flex direction, which would be column, like I did before, and I'll save. And when I go back and reload the page, now when I hover, you would see it appears only when I hover. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and if you're new, please consider subscribing, and have a lovely day.